gun out there in my purse. And up to now, I've been forgiving and forgetting because of the way I was brought up. But I'll tell you one thing. If you ever say another word about me or make another indecent proposal, I'm going to get that gun of mine. And I'm going to change you from a rooster to a hen with one shot. Don't think I can't.
I mean, Girl Fight's my favorite song that I've ever written. And when I wrote it, we've said it in shows, like, that song was written in 2022 when Roe vs. Wade. Yeah, I'm Andy. I'm from here. I'm from Austin. I'm the bassist and I do vocals in Deadtramps. I've known Lau since we were both like 16. I've known Alex for even longer than that. Kiana's pretty new in my life, but we all got there's like a trauma bond when you're playing a lot of shows together. It's, for lack of a better term, it's a lot of like sweat and blood. We weren't playing any shows, we were just like trying to make like a song or like 2 songs, and like I remember when we started playing it was like 3 songs and a cover, like we had like the shortest set in the world, and we added Kiana in really quick. Kiana was at our very first show.
And what instruments do they play?
So I actually started out playing guitar, and Alex was playing bass. Laos was just like getting back into playing drums. I think he played drums when he was like 8 or something. Which is so funny to think about. Just like a tiny little louse, just like banging on drums. So Alex's idea was to make the band. Like Alex had the idea to kind of start playing shows and making music together. And at first it was just me, Laos, and Alex. And then I realized I wasn't really that great at guitar. And me and Alex switched instruments and I learned bass for it. And yeah, and then we added Kiana in for more guitar, and she's crazy good at guitar. It's insane. So is Alex, and it just like helps to like have 2 people who are really talented going at it. But yeah, it just started as a little like garagey project.
And what year was that?
That was 2022. I was like, we were seeing the most like fried shit, just like everyone was talking about it because everyone's so online. Mm-hmm. It was really people online who'd never been online before. And
yeah.
We just had like this cesspool of like just weird takes and weird, like a really weird reactionary political climate. We started as like me, Alex, and Labs. We were originally like a non-binary band, which is funny to think about. And it was weird playing shows because like we automatically got like no respect, or like we kind of got put in this like box that a lot of queer musicians get put in. I feel like a lot of queer musicians I feel like our playing field is so limited here. Like I feel like they want you to be like a frog hat type, like coffee shop type musician anywhere you go if you're like queer in any sort of way. They kind of want to like make you very sanitized or very like polished. It's almost like they're censoring like queer musicians, and it's like they don't like queer people who like say things that aren't popular. Like they don't like queer people who are like radical in any sort of way.
Yeah.
They want you to be like hella Ella DeGeneres and not really like authentic, really yourself. Like, it's wild. Like, it's a weird political climate to be making a punk band in, especially how political we are. You're doing something that's objectively like ugly to most people. Like most people like don't want someone yelling at them for 15 minutes straight, but that's kind of the climate you welcome and create, which is a good thing. It's good to have spaces where like you're not told to be appropriate all the time. That was really hard for me when we first played shows, especially when we first started playing shows, when I started doing vocals, because like I realized, like, it's hard to yell. Like, it's really, really hard to, like, do hardcore vocals. It's really hard to, like, do guttural sounds that come from, like, deep in you. Especially when you've been, like, told to be quiet all your whole life. Yeah. And it's hard to, like, be in a climate where people are like, no, like, I want it. Like, I welcome that. It's cool. You can do, like, like, it comes from, like, here. It's like, doing it unprompted is so funny. Like, doing anything that, like, I do on stage without being on stage is so silly. I'd just be, like, talking in a whisper the next day after. I feel like we've gotten to a point with, like, especially, like, artists who aren't, you know, sad white men, who, like, people kind of glorify your art without, like, giving it any sort of dignity. Like, they're like, oh, like, uplift this voice, but it's like, you're not even listening to what the fuck I'm saying. Like, it's giving, like, you're just listening to me because you think it's, like, a hot topic that I am who I am. Kiana wanted to disband. Not disband. She wanted to leave the band. And it got to a point where it's like, I think we all just worked so well as four. Folk is, like, so, like, how do I say this diplomatically? It's so, like, white. Like, it's just, like, you look at folk artists and they're all, like, the same person. It's all, like, the same, like, miserable white guy. And, like, a lot of those are really talented, miserable white men. But it's, like, not everyone shares, like, I can't relate to that. Like, I can only relate to you being so sad. Like, I don't know. At some point you have to create something for yourself. I think at some point you just have to know when, like, the party's over.
As I have identified as a feminist, it has been clear to me that any feminism that privileges those who already have privilege is bound to be irrelevant to poor women.
We played a couple shows. When we lived together, we had, like, a giant backyard. Our rent was so expensive, but we had a comically large backyard. It was perfect for shows. And there were a couple sets we played there where it's like, you want to give someone a good experience when playing a show, because, like, these are people in your neighborhood who are giving you $10. Like, they don't really owe you anything. Like, these are your friends, and you're asking them to, like, give you money to make noise. You want to honor that as best as you can. Any local musician should expect to play for a crowd of, like, 3 people, like, because you're going to sometimes realistically play for 3 people, and you can focus on just moving, like, one of them. Then, like, I feel like you've played a good set. Yeah, you should play the same way you would for your friends as you would, like, people you really, really admire musically.